guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Paige and this is Paige CFB. On this channel we will be discussing all things college football all the time. So today we're going to be discussing week 1 bowl games and going through, and I will be picking who I think is going to win and talking about a few different matchups that I've selected that I think are going to be a little more interesting. I'm not going to cover all the bowl games, but just a few that I think will be cool to talk about. Let's get started. Okay, so the first bowl game that we're going to be discussing today is the New Mexico Bowl. This game has the San Diego State Aztecs taking on the Central Michigan Chippewas. I'm going to say that I said Chippewas, if I said it wrong, at me Central Michigan people. So the coach for Central Michigan is actually Jim McElwain, who you may or may not remember from Florida a few years ago. Unfortunately, he did not have a whole lot of success at Florida, but this is his first year at Central Michigan, and he has taken the program from 1-11 to 8-5 in 1 year. I think that they're going to continue that success. Now, San Diego State is actually favored in this game by 3.5. The line was initially 4.5, but now they're favored by 3.5. I think that Central Michigan will come in fired up. They haven't won a bowl game since 2012, and they're known for offense. So it'll be interesting to see. San Diego State is known for defense. We'll see if they're able to stop the Central Michigan offense, and I think it'll be a really great game to watch. But I think that Central Michigan comes in very fired up. They want to win a bowl game. It's been a long time, and they have a new coach. They want to prove that their program has turned around. I think they come in fired up, and I think they get the win, but it's going to be very, very close. It's a good matchup. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Boca Bowl. So the Boca Bowl is going to be played at Florida Atlantic University between Florida Atlantic University and Southern Methodist University. Now, I think that this is going to be a tough game for FAU. They just lost their coach, the legendary Lane Kiffin, who's run off to Ole Miss. He's kind of good at leaving programs, I think. That's kind of a Lane Kiffin signature move. So Lane Kiffin is back in the SEC and gone and has abandoned the FAU program. Now, I think that unfortunately that's going to probably hurt FAU. They're also playing at home, which in some cases you could say possibly favors them, but in another way I think it also lends to the lack of fire that I think they might be feeling. They performed very well in the Conference USA Championship game. They beat UAB after Kiffin announced that he was leaving, but I don't know that they're going to be able to carry that fire into the Boca Bowl weeks later. I also think that SMU is having a pretty legendary season. This is the most wins they've had since 1984. And back when the Pony Express and everything else was there in Dallas. And before, of course, the death penalty occurred for them. So I think that they're going to come in fired up, ready to show that SMU football is back, maybe in a way, from the 1980s. We're going to see. I think it's going to be an interesting game. SMU is favored by 3.5 points, and I'm going to say that I think they'll come in with more fire than FAU, which matters a lot in a bowl game. So I'm going to go with SMU. I'm going to go with SMU on this pick because I really do think that SMU is probably the better team, and they're going to come in much more motivated. Up next, we have the Las Vegas Bowl. Now this game is between Washington and Boise State. This is going to be Chris Peterson, the Washington head coach's last game. He's decided to retire to deal with his own personal issues with some of the stress that is caused by being a major college football coach. Now, because of that, I think that Washington comes into this matchup very, very motivated to send their coach out with a win. And I think that'll be a huge factor in this game. Jacob Eason has been playing relatively well, but one of his top receivers is actually decided to go to the NFL with Hunter Bryant. He's declared for the draft and is not going to be playing in the bowl game. Boise State has had some struggles this year with their quarterbacks, unfortunately. They've had injuries that have resulted in 3 different quarterbacks being the starting player this year. So because of the injuries and because I think that Washington comes in very, very fired up, I'm going Washington. They're favored in this game by 3.5, I think is the line currently, and I think that they'll come out with the win for their coach. The last game I'm going to be talking about in this video is the Hawaii Bowl between BYU and Hawaii. This is on Christmas Eve in Hawaii, obviously, so that does give Hawaii a little bit of an advantage. They have somewhat of a home field going on there. That said, BYU has a campus in Hawaii, I think, and they're going to probably have some decent turnout as well. So I think this should be an interesting matchup. Last year, actually, they both played in this game, and BYU won 49-23. I don't see Hawaii overcoming that. I think they are going to come in angry because last year was so poor for them, but I also think that BYU is the better team. They're favored by 2, BYU is only, but Hawaii has given a lot of turnovers away this season. 30 turnovers, they've lost the turnover margin for the season by 14, and BYU has done a really good job this year of capitalizing on turnovers despite some other problems with their team. So I really think that BYU is going to come out on top here. We'll see. I think it'll be a great game. Okay, that is it for this video and my Week 1 College Bowl game picks. Now, please let me know in the comment section down below who you think is going to win these games. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Why do you think I'm right? Why do you think I'm wrong? Who do you think will win? Who are you betting on? I want to hear all your thoughts. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. I would really appreciate it. And I will be back in a few days with College Football Bowl Week 2 picks. All right, bye guys.